Parker.
I'm Rebecca.
I'm Caitlin. I'm Nessa.
This is the Family Showdown!
The mic is on.
I'm just enjoying a little happy Christmas music.
Okay. Whatever works, I guess.
Welcome all! Yay! It's so happy. So happy bouncy music.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
That's right. It's the most wonderful. You just gonna have that playing in the background the whole time? This is cool.
It ends at some point.
Hope you're all having a lovely, lovely time today. So, yeah, Nick, I miss the metal.
It'll be back
Don't worry.
next year.
That's right.
Is it over yet?
My foot, it's slowly the same. It's
Go
getting
ahead.
better. It's slow. But yes. Oh my goodness. I was playing with the sound. That was...
All right. Wow, our mic is way too high. We're probably blowing you guys out.
I'm glad I haven't, gone crazy and yelled or anything. So...
Blowing you guys
Greetings
out.
and salutations and welcome to...
Let me
is
fix that.
Is this the last top 10 of the year?
Last show of the year.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem possible. I cannot. I'm still processing that it's mid-December. By the time I have this processed, it'll be February. So, it's good.
All right.
We probably are dropping frames because our internet is trash.
Yeah, our internet is going a wonky. Let me fix some things and see if I can mess with it a little bit here.
Oh, the internet sure is frightful. All right, so
What were we talking about?
gaming experiences.
Gaming experiences.
And I was shocked because I thought, oh, this is going to be I'm going to be thinking, oh, there's either 40 kabillion things and I'm not going to be able to narrow it down, or I'll only be able to think of 2 and then have to dig around on my calendar. And it was neither. It was a nice, pleasant endeavor all the way around. It was very fun. Happy memories. Lots of good games. I was a little worried because we felt like at times when we were doing the resolution, we're like, oh, we have to get through all these games. I thought, oh, we're going to have a little bit of a grind. No, we had a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Or do you disagree? You're like,
it was a horrible year.
It was a horrible year.
I'm busy trying to figure out what's going on with the internet.
Uh-oh.
Because we got crazy fast speed, but we're still dropping frames. Yeah. I think it seems to have calmed down.
Oh, the
all right, so
internet is so frightful.
we do this every year. I think this is maybe the third year we've done this list. It seems like most of our list centers around events and not individual gameplays, for me at least, and in the past has been that way. But this year I actually have a handful of actual specific moments.
Ooh.
Specific moments.
Color me intrigued.
Rather than, this event and this event and this event, just a series of events. This one is about half and half specific moments and, actually maybe more than half. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, a lot more specific moments for me this year as opposed to prior years.
Nice.
What about you?
You know what? I'm looking at this now. And I feel like it's kind of an interesting mix. Which I don't think has happened either.
Yeah, I mean, last year I think was almost like all events and not,
Yeah, because we had gone to so many events. Really crazy cool events. First time things.
Specific games. Events as opposed to specific games or specific occurrences.
Yeah. And I have some game moments too, which I think is interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah. So I think this is fun. Oh, yay! And people are already putting stuff that happened for them this year. This is good. This is the kind of fun stuff I like.
Yeah, definitely put your big events, your big moments of the year. I'm curious. How many? That's the thing. We usually have tons of crossover because we do everything together. But I actually have several that she was not involved in.
I am affronted.
Not several.
Affronted.
A few that she's not involved in.
You don't have a good time
Which is
without
again
me.
unusual. Usually it's we have almost the same 10 things,
That's
just
true.
in different order and
That's true.
different things that we're
That's true.
highlighting. But
That's true.
Same event. So this
Yep.
I think this list is gonna be interesting. So
Yes, it will be. And everyone's commenting on your cool shirt.
a shirt. I got the shirt like a long time ago.
Didn't you wear that to like Thanksgiving one year or something just to be trollish?
Probably. It sounds like something I would do.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Let's get on with the list. And there is a surprise unboxing at the end of the show if you stick around. So stick around for that.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Or
Mystery.
if you're watching after the fact, you can just zoom forward and see that part if you want.
Wow, I see how it is.
Hopefully the volume is not quite as blasty. So. And the internet's definitely calmed down. So we're
Kabuki.
what?
My big gaming related event was you guys finally getting Leaving Earth.
And I actually have played it. I'm not going to talk about it. Leaving Earth.
Oh,
You have to wait until
that's
you got to wait
wicked
a
of you.
long time before I get to talk
You're
about
so
it.
mean.
Oh well.
So mean.
Just wait for it. It'll be a surprise. You'll forget that I even played it like a month from now.
Yeah, right.
All right, here's my number 10. My number 10. What is my number 10? Well,
Ladies
already. So my number 10.
Thought you
I'm
got rid of all the
gonna preamble. Is that the right word? Preamble all my.
I don't know what you're
all,
doing.
all my things by a little story time because I like
Oh
story
dear.
time.
Oh
So
dear.
my number 10
Squeaky.
was actually an accident. Well, you get the pet. I'll talk about my accident. Oh, you can't get the pet.
I'm like, yeah, I could get the pet, and then you guys won't see me again. I'll probably get stuck under the table.
I'll be right back.
Aw. You can't tell the story while you're under the table? That'd be hilarious. It's like, she's running from him. Oh my gosh, I wish I could have filmed that. She was like, no, don't take my toy. Oh, you took my toy. Yes, and, oh, that's neither one of the ones that's been lobotomized. That's why we had squeaks. Okay.
All right. So back to my story before I was so rudely interrupted. So this actually was an accident.
You.
It was an accident. So I went to BGG Con just a few short weeks ago.
Okay.
And at the start of the con, I was just going to goof around until my game at 10 o'clock. Had a game scheduled at 10, an epic game. I don't remember what it was. I don't even remember what it was. It was Antiquity. Had it scheduled at 10 o'clock.
Ooh.
But there was a pitch car tournament starting. And that's my number 10, pitch car tournament.
Oh, that's right. That was kind of an accident. How funny.
So I'm mostly going to be covered up in this video. You probably like that. So,
Oh, you're covered in the Grinch
there was a
mess.
pitch car tournament starting. I thought, well, I'll go play a few rounds, get my butt kicked, and then go to my 10 o'clock thing. I got first in the preliminary rounds. I've never played pitch car that good. I was
true.
I was in the pitch car zone. And then I got annihilated in the finals and missed my Antiquity game.
But you got like 7th overall. That was pretty sweet.
7th
That was
out of...
pretty sweet. A lot.
There's probably 50 people, maybe 40, 50 people,
Okay, that's nothing to sneeze at.
something like that.
Not too shabby.
So I had a blast. Everybody was smack talking. Everybody was friendly smack talking.
Yes,
Everybody was
of course.
smack talking and joking and plotting for great hits and making fun of people that couldn't get over certain areas.
Nice,
and
nice.
It was just a really fun. At the first BGG Con I ever went to, I did the same tournament and I hadn't done it since. So it's kind of bookends, I guess, on the pitch car. And I just really enjoyed it. The guy that runs it is awesome. There's a guy that runs it, and then there's a BGG volunteer person. He may even actually be staff that helps run it as well.
Cool.
They had six tracks set up, and they had 7 or 8 people per track. And they just basically narrowed it down to the semifinals, and they narrowed it down to the finals, and then I got annihilated in the finals. I didn't finish last. That was my only goal.
Not to be.
About midway through the finals, I was like, okay, there's no chance I'm going to win. I just don't want to finish last. And I finished 7 out of 8.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's
So the
wonderful.
pitch car, yes, the Grinch stole ladies' toys. Pitch car tournament, it was a total surprise on a whim. Play that turned out to really be really exciting.
That's
A lot
pretty
of fun.
awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Without Rebecca.
How dare you, sir? You're
First
not allowed to
person
have
without
fun
Rebecca.
without me. Well, I included you in my number 10.
Oh my gosh. It looks definitely did.
Yes, I definitely did. And my number 10 was when we did... Can you count it as a gaming moment? I'm counting it as a gaming moment. Because we were spending an entire hour plus talking about board games and stuff. And that was when we did our Halloween dress-up special with you guys live. That is a mad rush of craziness as we do this. Because we're doing this top 10 games that you're dressing up to. And this year we decided we can't have any repeats from last year. It's got to be all new games. And we were given... Hunter, like, invented this ridiculously low budget requirement for this. So we had to scrounge around the house and then try to find cheap Halloween things, which, as you probably know, if you're looking for anything specific and Halloween, that's like saying that it's anything for wedding or babies or whatever. It's outrageously expensive, right? So that was an adventure. So we went shopping and got all this stuff together. And then we had to, like, change at the speed of light while somebody else was, like, doing their spiel about their game and hope you're done in time. I almost succeeded at that. But it was a lot of fun. And the costumes were hysterical, as you can see. And I love that you expanded this, and it looks like he's sitting next to you.
That's what I did. I actually made it look like I was sitting there.
That is so beautiful. So beautiful. Yes, Mr. Serious over here. That's creepy now. That you can't do that. Nope. Doppelganger. Yeah, oh my gosh. So there's Hunter the Magician.
Yeah, I'm going to expand a lot of the
me.
pictures just because you can't quite tell what they are when we make them really tiny.
Cover me. I don't have a pattern on mine. You have the Grinchmas thing. That's too cool.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, is that it? I'm just getting warmed up, baby. This is good stuff. But yeah, no, it's crazy fun. I don't know. That's one of my favorite streams to do, honestly. It's probably one of the hardest ones, too. But it's awesome, so... Yeah, right. Star Trek Panic.
All right, let's move on to my number 9. Someone in the chat's going to be... Ego is going to inflate.
Oh, man.
So my number 9 was the play of City of the Big Shoulders.
Nice.
This may or may not be my number 1 game of 2019.
Wow, you liked that much.
You have to tune in on January 7th to find out.
I'm just kidding.
There's another thing I did without Rebecca, so there's definitely a trend here.
I am detecting a trend.
City of the Big Shoulders, an epic 18xx inspired Euro game. That I like making fun of Tommy.
Yes, and they're also saying things like "strike" is fun too.
City of the Big Shoulders. It's like they took 18xx and said, "Okay, we're gonna take out the things that Hunter doesn't like."
Ooh.
And make a game.
Ooh, okay.
And this is what it turned out to be.
Well
so it feels like a little bit like Antiquity mixed with 18xx mixed with a worker placement game. It's just so good.
Well, I didn't play this as you mentioned, but I think it's interesting that they based like the title of the game and everything off of this poem. And like they have the poem inside the lid of the box and everything, and I thought that was really cool. It's an interesting game.
You're not gonna see much of me in this video.
I don't know why you're not covering me, but yeah, it's a very interesting sounding game, and you guys were like really into that game. Like,
oh yeah, it was
talking
fun.
about from the start. You could tell that everybody liked playing it. Was like really enjoying it. And...
I immediately wanted to play it again with more players.
That's really cool.
It felt like it needs 2 was awesome. Mm-hmm. I think 3 plus is going to be even better.
So Kabuki's asking, so what does Hunter not like in 18xx?
The part I don't like in 18xx is the tracks. Where you have to go, okay, this track, I need this track to go this direction, and I need to go this way, and oh no, I need a station to go there, and oh no, I need a straight, but I need one to veer off this way, and is there any of those left? No? No, okay, so then let's try this other track here and turn it this way. Okay, that might work. And then on top of that, you gotta go, okay, now I'm gonna run my trains. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's 140. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 130. No, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 150.
Oh my gosh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 125. That's definitely not the best one. So I think you get the idea. I need to push a button and go, give me the most efficient routes for my trains and tell me how much money I make.
There's an app for that.
I'm
just kidding. There probably is.
There should be an app for that. There should be an app for that. But there's no tracks in this game. So it has the stock market feel of 18xx of companies moving up and down and buying and selling stock and taking control of companies and all that stuff you have in 18xx. But then it took the whole track thing and threw that away and brought in what?
You're still covered up by the game. I'm like, you're emphasizing
I'm doing all
things,
these
and
emphasis, and you can't see me.
And that was good. That was funny.
Because I'm looking up there and you can see me. So, and it took all that out and brought in like a heavy worker placement economic game in the place of all that track stuff.
There you go.
Which is really cool. So.
Yep.
There you go. That's City of the Big Shoulders. It may or may not be my number one game of the year.
That's very interesting. I may have to play that then if you liked it that much.
Yes.
Just saying.
All right. What's your number 9?
My number 9 is probably an odd specific moment. It's kind of hard to explain, but it was on the Dice Tower cruise. And if you know me, I didn't have very many gaming moments, period, on the Dice Tower cruise.
No, we played...
like 3 games.
I think it was 4 games.
Maybe. It wasn't very many
4 games in 5 days.
But what it was, and you're probably going to laugh because it's probably none of the games you were thinking. We were working as volunteers in the library, and we were playing Drop It. Now, that sounds like, okay, whatever. But it was just really cool because we're playing a really goofy game that we weren't very good at. It was really funny. And we were playing in the board game, and it was just like, the vibe in there was like really awesome. Everybody's having a really good time. It's everybody on the ship that shares the same like hobby, hanging out together, just like you're on vacation of your lifetime kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was really cool. So, and people were coming up, like, I have a picture here. We got to meet Ilya. He's from Estonia, so it's not like we get to hang out or something. But we kind of, like, long distance chatted with him when we worked on Board Game Blender stuff. And it was really cool to actually, like, meet him and meet other people that were...
There's a photo bomb. I never noticed that in the back.
That's awesome. And just to get to see people that we don't normally get to see, but we see them maybe at Dice Tower Con or see them in the chat, like you guys in chat or something like that. And a lot of those people are in there playing games, walking in and out, and just getting to chat with them while we're playing this random goofy game, helping people find games. I mean, it was like just game immersion, but at the same time, we weren't really doing anything.
There were several things you forgot about that us doing in the library. One was you actually taught a game, which you never do.
I did.
You never. Well, back then you never did. You
yeah,
do a little more
I do
now.
More now, but yeah.
Back then you never taught games, but you jumped up and taught a game.
I did.
And your tower. What do they call? What's it?
Oh, Talking Tower.
Talking Tower.
Yeah, we got to meet up and take a picture.
People came by when we were there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Surprised you didn't use that picture, but Ilya's a little
more rare. I don't know where that is. Yeah, and I was gonna say this is the one and only time I got to meet Ilya. I mean, I love Mark and Z, of course, but I was like, I see those people all the time in comparison.
Yeah, well,
I mean, in comparison,
who knows
I really
if we'll ever see him again because he's not really doing Dice Tower stuff anymore.
Yeah, so. I don't know. So, but yeah, it was cool, and I mean, like seeing, let's see, David and Kim, and oh my gosh, there were so many. Oh, okay. You guys know my brain and names, but there were some of you that we see like sometimes at other conventions or have chatted with and stuff before, and it was just like everybody's drifting in and out and stuff, and it was just a really, really fun. I don't even remember what time of day it was. That's how
we had the late shift. It was like 10 to 12, something like that.
Was it that late?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it didn't feel like it. It could have been 2 in the afternoon. Yeah. Like it was just awesome. So great times.
We did 2 library sessions. One was the one where we did Drop It and you taught the game, and then another one is when Z and Mark came by.
Yeah.
So we did
yeah,
2.
it was a blasty blast. I'm telling you, Cat Tower.
All right, my number 8.
Talking Tower.
What is my number 8? Oh, my number 8 was another thing that I did without Rebecca. So, we've been doing stuff for the Dice Tower for over 4 years now.
Well, that doesn't seem possible.
Over 4 years now.
That's kind of cool. Okay.
So we consider ourselves a part of the Dice Tower, but not a part, so to speak. We're a part of the Dice Tower, but we're not
distance.
Kind of a part.
Yeah.
But regardless, we, or at least I am, I'm sure, not as much her, but me. I am like, I think only Kabuki Kid Only she is a bigger fan of the Dice Tower than I am.
That is entirely possible.
So I'm
agree with that.
a distant second super fan of the Dice Tower.
Yes, I get that.
So I still get the jitters and butterflies when I get to hang out with them, because it's like hanging out with, even though they're our friends. There's still, I still get that celebrity vibe thing, even though they don't consider themselves celebrities. But anyway.
Yeah, but for board game nerdiness, totally.
So I was at BGG Con. That's 2 for BGG Con.
Wow, that was a good concert.
So I was at BGG Con, just leaving dinner and walking to, where was I heading to? I was heading to the library, I think, and Mr. Tom Vassell walks up beside me and starts pacing me, like walking right beside me. I didn't catch it at first. I looked over and he was there, and he kind of invited me to live in his world for a few hours.
That was kind of fun.
So we walked around the convention. We talked about all sorts of things, current events, Dice Tower stuff. I watched him teach a game. We went to the library, looked around. We just kind of hung out for a couple of hours, and that was really cool. And we played some games and stuff like that. And it was really cool because.
You don't get
of all the Dice Tower people, Tom, between Tom, Sam, and Z, Tom is probably the one that I've hung out with the least, or talked with the least.
Well, he's usually the busiest of all three.
And I guess I should put my thing up, right?
You should.
Which is not anything, because I didn't take a picture, because I was just hanging out, so I didn't even think to take pictures. I took a picture of the silly game, one of the silly games we played. But it was just cool just to kind of go behind the scenes for a few hours and see what Tom does at a convention.
Yeah.
He, in a span of 3 hours, he talked to 50 people, taught a game, played a couple of games, had some snacks. I mean, I want to bottle up the energy he has and sell it, because it would make millions, because he was just going a mile a minute for the 3 hours we hung out. And then after we played games, he says, I'm going to bed, and he went to bed.
He's like, I'm done, passed out.
So it was just cool. It was cool because really my interactions with Tom have been in 2 to 5 minute bursts.
Yeah.
Like we'll sit and just talk for a little bit, and then boom, he's off doing something else. But he's like, "Hey, you doing anything for a while?" And I said no, and so we just kind of
that's cool.
Wandered around the convention. It was really it was really nice. I don't get to do that very often.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like
even with like Z and Sam and stuff, we don't or we haven't like hung out for a long time.
It's been a while, yeah, because I think we usually try to do that at like Dice Tower Con.
Yeah, so it was really cool. It was really cool.
Yeah,
I played that silly ghost game that he likes so much.
Yeah, that's cute.
Oh, what was that?
Looks like your battery's out. Do you not have your computer plugged in because your screen faded?
That's not good. It's not all the way plugged in. Woo!
Oh,
we almost died.
We almost died.
But anyway, hanging out with Tom at
well, that's fun.
BGG Con.
That's very cool.
It was cool.
That's very cool. You know, it's funny you have like kind of no picture. I don't really have a picture for my number 8 either. Because
I guess that's Latin. I'm like, that looks like it's misspelled.
It's not misspelled. All right, just put it on there. My number 8, I don't have a picture because I never think to take a picture during class, and that's just when we had spring finals, and yes, Hunter's not in this one. But we played Deception, Murder in Hong Kong with my Discipoli, that's my students, and my upper level classes are smaller, so I can usually squeeze everybody into a game of this. And so after finals are done and stuff, I'll usually bring something in to kind of reward my upper level kiddos, and we'll play some kind of game or something together. And I first introduced it, was it just last year? Might have been. I brought this, and this is one of the reasons that I've got like 60 plus plays of Deception, because every single one of my classes now are like, do we get to murder people after finals? You know, because that's what they call Deception.
Get to murder people.
You have to understand.
That's what have an administrator walk by when they say that.
Oh, they're used to that. It's Latin class. You wouldn't believe it. You should see the stuff that's in our textbook. It's hysterical. Anyway, but yeah, so the discussions and the accusations and the it's just the great conversations you hear. It's like, well, would mercury be considered a poison? Blah blah blah. And this, I mean, like they're all like sometimes they'll get all crazy scientific on stuff, and other times it's the ludicrous like as we always have. Dan King's never gonna live this down. Like the calendar in the bathroom conversation too, where you're like, where did you get this? You know, just people making stuff up to deflect. And I had it first this year too. One of my students, when he's really positive and he knows what's up, and he's like, yeah, I'm the murderer, he lets himself get turned in because his thrill is trying to figure out who the witness is.
Oh, that's funny.
And so he will let himself get busted just so he can like scope out who the witness is, and it's like his gambling and stuff. It's hysterical. So I've never had anybody do that before. Usually everybody's trying really hard to not, you know, to deflect and this and that, and oh, it's funny. And even some of my wallflower students really get into this one because it's really hard. Sometimes when they are the murderer, like they get really keyed up and nervous about it. But most of the time it's just it's not like Spyfall puts a lot of pressure on the spy, right? Deception kind of takes a lot of that off, so you get a chance to kind of play around a little bit.
Yeah.
And the interaction has been just hysterical. So usually what happens is after everybody's done, we set it up and then crack out as many games as possible before the bell rings. So it's been very entertaining, and now that's the requested game for every level, like 2 through 4 now. It's like, oh... And are we going to get to play that one game? It's always, they just call it the murder game because they never remember the name. So it's just the murder game. I'm like, yes, we're going to murder people in class today.
So there's a burning question in chat.
Oh, dear.
Do you truly have disciples?
Well, disciply is student, so yes. That's what that word means. I know, terrifying, right? I have minions, I guess, typically. Disciples. But yeah, no, it's a blasty blast. So, yeah. Few things beat that. It's pretty awesome. Good time. We have like a tradition now.
So my next one.
Let me guess. I'm not in it.
Well, the thing is that it's mostly about the girls, but Rebecca's there too.
Oh, wow. I get what this is. Okay.
So my number 7 is Bunny Kingdom with the family.
Oh, yeah.
I have to sit up straight so you can see me.
Yeah.
Bunny Kingdom with the family. So a new
that was awesome.
A new board game cafe opened up near us, pseudo near us, because we live in the middle of nowhere for the most part.
Yeah.
Pseudo near us, and I went and checked it out with Gamey Wife and Hector, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I went the next weekend. I took the family to there, and I taught them how to play Bunny Kingdom, which I've played, and they had not played, and they loved it. Everyone had a blast. They were really into the game. There was much smack talk and tomfoolery going on, and we immediately went across the street to Madness Comics and purchased it, among other games. So it was just a really fun play. Everyone was into it. We had great food. It was great family time. We got out of the house for once and went somewhere and did something, which lately that hasn't been going on much because we've had a series of people being sick almost nonstop.
Yeah. Yay.
This semester has been like a plague in our house. There's been people sick pretty much nonstop.
You've been stuck in it too. It's like it's been trading.
Yeah, I hardly ever get sick, and I've been sick
several times. Yeah.
But anyway, it was a great family fun thing. The girls loved it. We purchased it. I don't know where it is.
Right behind you.
Oh, here it is.
That one, I know where that one is.
We went and purchased it.
Bunny Kingdom.
Bought it, and yeah. So we'll probably end up playing this during the holidays at some point, I'm sure. It was just a really good play. It was it's just a really great little family weight area control game.
Mm-hmm.
Set collection ish.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's good stuff.
Anyway, it's a fun one.
Nick, you asked if Pecunia non-Olette is in my textbook. No, that is not in my textbook, but that is a fun story. We usually just discuss things like that, and no, it's the Cambridge textbook, and you can probably go online and find all sorts of crazy memes about it. The art's interesting. The stories have like a soap opera feel to them, and they're quite dramatic. And they teach them things like how to call people blockheads and donkeys, but not donkey. So they learn cuss words in the textbook, and that instantly is like,
oh my gosh.
Like it's hilarious. There's all sorts of stuff in there.
All right, onward to your number 7.
My number 7. This one's another one of those that is more of an event thing and not a specific thing. A Pacific thing, as Nessa used to say when she was little. But that was I always do this wrong. WT3
Yes.
the West Texas Tabletop Con. And it's kind of cool because like our whole like YouTube Dice Tower stuff started at this convention.
Yep.
And on top of that, like Wanda's running it and she's just amazing and she's just a cool librarian in general. Like I would want to hang out at that library. That is like a really cool place. She does all sorts of neat things there. And she works her magic at the con, and the con's always fun. They have all these different events and things. And she's really bolstered up, like, all the family and kids stuff that they can do. And so when we go there each year now, there's, like, her crew and her gaming crew. It's kind of like almost like a little mini family reunion when we get there and stuff. And there's a picture of James just being goofy because we were playing a game together.
One night werewolf.
Yeah, we were doing one night. Well, was that the first time we tried that game?
No,
we played it a few times.
Many times.
Yeah, and so it was. It was just hilarious. You know, we're playing all these goofy games together and hanging out and chatting and catching up, and the kids, like the girls, are so comfortable there now. Like Katie went off and played with a completely different group of people at a table for a while because she really loves Sheriff of Nottingham. And so there were some people playing that. She's like, can I go do that? And I was like, yes. I've never heard, usually she's kind of like, the kids usually kind of hover nearby, stay close to the nest and that. But she was like comfortable enough. She walked off and did that. I mean, it's not like she wasn't out of sight or something either. That's the cool thing. But she was just over there playing and having a ball. Everyone was treating her awesome. She had a wonderful time. She had a blast. Nessa got a little shy this time around, kind of hovered around, but she still played a lot of games and chatted with people when they come up. And she got to paint her first mini there, and she was like crazy excited about that. It was just a really fun time, and I don't know. I love it every time. We make a big deal out of it because it's a bit of a drive. It's, 4 hours away?
Yeah, about 4 hours.
About 4-hour drive for us. That's another thing. Texans don't measure distance. It's how long it takes to get somewhere, so...
Yeah, so everything's measured in hours.
Everything's measured in hours. And
not
it's
miles.
just, not miles. You probably don't want to know how many miles that is. But yeah, it was a really fun weekend. We love it.
So a few things in the chat.
Yes.
It is in San Angelo, Texas.
Yes.
Which is kind of center west Texas.
Yes.
It's West Texas in the center.
Mm-hmm.
North and south west. So San Angelo.
It's a lot of fun.
Tim.
Nice small.
Tim. If that's your real name.
Oh, you're going
Come
on the...
say hi on the cruise. Please,
Yes,
please come
that'd be
up
wonderful.
and say hi to us. Don't be shy. Come say hello.
Yeah, please, because we'll be all over the place. We do all the things.
Yeah.
So, yes. That is so exciting. Yeah, the captain is dead, Tommy. That was fun. We played that.
Wasn't. Well,
I love that game. I love The Captain is Dead. That was where we played that the first time.
It is.
That was without Hunter.
It was without me. All right, my next thing is another thing I did without Rebecca. My number 6 was...
You're going to get a complex here.
Box of Lies with the internet.
Oh, what? Oh, I was sick or something, wasn't I?
Yes, you were sick, so I did the show by myself. And I played Box of Lies
You played
with
Box
the
of Lies
internet.
by yourself. How'd you pull that off? That's awesome.
Yeah, I did Box of Lies with the internet.
That's amazing.
It was about 2 months ago. I don't remember which video. It's one of our variety show videos, and I played Box of Lies. I went through all 9 boxes. I did fair to middling on how much I fooled people.
That's awesome.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I was laughing the whole time. I was
amazing.
cracking myself up. I was having a great time, even if no one else was. So I think, does that count as a solo game?
No, because you were playing against the internet.
Oh, okay.
If anything, it's quite the opposite because you had, dozens of
I just had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Opponents.
So everybody was really active in chat, talking and asking questions and stuff. And
that's cool. That's cool.
I think I told almost all lies just because I wanted to see if I could get away with it. I didn't tell the truth very often.
You didn't even flip the little card thing. You're like, I'm gonna
I
lie.
did, but after a while I just kind of picked what I wanted to do. I was acting like I was picking, but I just kind of picked what I wanted to do.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Xeris, is that right? The cruise will be your first con. Oh my gosh, come say hi too. That's so awesome. I will say this about the cruise, though, as a little sidetrack from that. Sometimes, I don't know, it depends. that cruise goes so fast, and you're going to places that you haven't, like, for us, like, we've never been those places before. Sometimes it's hard to sit down and play a game.
Yeah, we did almost no gaming.
But
almost no gaming.
if you're going on the excursions, come say hi too. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, we're doing for the cruise. It's going to. I don't know why we're on this cruise topic, but it's experiences.
talking about-
It's experiences.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely an experience.
The cruise this year is going to the Grand Caymans and Cozumel. Cozumel.
Yes, I think that's what you said.
Cozumel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going on we're going to go see sea turtles, and we're going to go to Chichen Itza.
Yes.
Chichen Itza pizza.
Yes, with my foot or without it. I don't care. I will lob
She's
off.
gonna limp her way to Chichen
I
Itza.
will drag my leg up that hill. I don't
But yeah, it seems like most of the cruise, because we've been on one cruise, our second cruise. It was just a lot of talking to people, hanging out, doing
so cool.
things.
There's just so
it was
much
just
to
so
do.
laid back. We went to a bunch of shows, the excursions. We just really didn't.
It's just like you can pick
Ate and
so
ate and
many
ate some
events too, and you can literally, like with our family, we just were like, let's go down the list of events that we have and pick what does everybody want to do, and if we wanted to, we split up. A lot of times we ended up just doing everything together, and it's a blast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
really
there's
good.
so much to do. So I'm so excited to see some of you guys are going to be able to go.
Please,
We're gonna
please
meet
say
you.
hi.
Yeah,
All
come
right.
say hi.
Is it me?
But
Is it you?
It's me. I'm intrigued. That's interesting though about your box of lies. That makes me laugh. I'm gonna have to go watch that video now.
That's funny.
That's really cool. So my number 6 is, like Hunter said, this one is more of a specific thing because of our Valentine's Day tradition. But this one was when we got home with the games and we played Jack and the Beanstalk and Fantastic Park because the girls had each picked those games.
Right.
And we cracked those open at the game table right when that happened. Yeah, no, but we cracked those out and just played them. And it was just because sometimes the girls are not always in the mood to game and stuff. But man, they were in gaming mode that day. They were excited about their new games. And we played their games and they were silly fun and we had a good time. So it was just a really nice.
Did you explain the tradition?
Our Valentine's Day tradition. Instead of doing all the crazy go out to eat, flowers, candy, whatever thing, we go to like a grocery store or something and pick out the kinds of foods, or we order food or something that we want to have at the house for a treat. And then we go to Madness and we go get games and then we come home and play them.
Yeah, everyone gets to get one game and we try to play
all of them
that day.
Yes. And it's a lot of fun. And the year before, I should say, they kind of diverged and were like, I want some Pokemon cards or something.
Right.
And we're like, okay. I was like, I'm a little sad, but okay, you know. And this year they were like, games. And I was like, yes. It was really fun. So it was a blast. We let them pick. We let them pick because if they don't feel like gaming or whatever, they don't have to. But it was fun. It was fun.
It is fun. It's going on like 4 years that we've done that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's a blast. So that was
All
a lot of fun.
right. On to my number 5. Rebecca was actually involved in this one, so.
It must have been just a side thing then, huh? Like, just I happened to be there.
It was our sandbox, our post-Thanksgiving sandbox game day.
Yes.
So we played back-to-back. We played Zaya and Western Legends. Zaya with everything, Western Legends with everything.
I'm not going to lie, this was my number 11. Because it was so much fun.
And both games were like super tense, super close. There was no runaway leader issues. It was like we're down to the last little turn. And I had a blast.
It was really fun. And I don't think I've ever, and maybe you have, I don't think I've ever played Zaya all the way to the 20 points. I don't know that we've done the full epic game. We've always shortened it.
I think we
played
it 2-player
and
to 20.
Did we?
Making the picture big so it's not so
it's
wonky. You can see Western
You can
Legends
see
off
that.
to the sides.
Yeah, we were getting
and
Western
Ruffles.
Legends. Oh, hey. Carl's weird chips he had.
Ruffles has ridges.
Yeah, but that was some weird Canadian flavor or something he had. I don't remember. He had some weird flavor. But yeah, it was, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. And it was 2 epic sandbox games. So one after the other, you're like, do I want to be a good guy? Do I want to be a bad guy? And it was interesting because we basically, in Zaya, all became bad guys because of how events unfolded in that particular game. And then in Western Legends, because of the characters we all got randomly given,
Everybody was good guys.
Everybody ended up being good guys. So this was the weirdest setup as far as the games, because I rarely turn to the dark side. But that Zaya game, I was like, this is easy. Yes, I'm a villain.
Everybody
now.
was
Congrats.
bad guys, but we didn't fight each other
And
that much.
No, because we were escaping the bots.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the police bot that just oh my gosh, he was souped up because you put the challenging.
Yeah, they added a new card that halfway through the game, all the NPCs get more powerful.
And they were really crazy powerful. You got within a range of that thing, and it would just annihilate you. So we're like, nope, skirting around him. Like, everybody's trying to avoid him and get somebody else, kind of push somebody else in front of him kind of thing. It was really hilarious. And then Western Legends, everybody was just minding their P's and Q's because
it turned almost Euro-y in a way because we weren't really fighting each other at all.
Well, and it was one of those things where we were in a good enough setup that switching in Western Legends, I think, is harder than Zaya because you're switching from the score box of the sheriff and the good guy to the bad guy one, and so you have to start over on earning all of your points back on that.
Yeah, I think
hard.
I think it's once you go down the path of being a good guy, it's much harder. It's much harder to switch to bad guy. Whereas if you're a bad guy,
so you could
once you get arrested and
you can change
your
your ways
slate
pretty
gets
easily.
clean, you can switch over to good guy. So
yeah,
we all just kind of started down the good guy path. And
like,
it was I think it was too punitive to switch because the good guys get a bunch of victory points at the end of the game.
Are you sick?
What?
You didn't say punitive.
What did I say?
You said punitive.
Oh.
Did you guys catch that? I'm gonna check the fever. Oh, I'm not sure, guys. It might be sick.
But anyway, we played Zaya to the max victory points 20, and we played Western Legends to the max victory points 25.
Yeah.
So we played full games of both. We started at 10. We ended at like 11 at night. We did a lot of eating and talking and things in the middle.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was not. Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun. It was a great time.
But it was good stuff.
Sandbox game
Sandbox
day.
games are really, really fun. Fun.
What's your number 5?
My number 5, it kind of, again, was not a specific thing. Kind of like, it was not Pacific. It was kind of like my number 7. And that is a camping weekend we took in October. And you can see Nessa chilling by the fire there, living the best life possible. You can tell she's like, I'm staying up late and no one's yelling at me. But it was fun because we went camping. The weather was like awesome for it because it would get chilly at night, but it warmed up and was really nice during the day. It was like perfect camping weather. And we played a mix of games and then go hike and do whatever, walk around, goof around, cook a bunch of food. It was probably closer to glamping than camping.
Yeah, you look, there's a little shelter directly behind us.
Yeah, we weren't tent camping. This was it's an open air shelter, but it does, have a door and walls, so to speak. It kind of keeps most of the elements out. But it was fun because we also played, like Gaming Wife and Hector brought a bunch of like little silly games and stuff. And we played I got to finally try Scoville. For the first time, like, ever. I've been wanting to play that game for, like, 3 years. I just had never happened to play it. And, Nessa, oh my gosh, it was hilarious. Kung Fu Zoo, if you haven't played that game, that is stinking hilarious. It's like Strike with animals, kind of. It was hysterical. And Nessa's like, I must have this game. And, Draftosaurus, we played a really big, long game of Rex.
I loved it.
I think I would have liked it more if it wasn't late. And
we did finish like 3 a.m.
I've determined that camping chairs are not ideal for long games. You cannot take a long game camping anymore because I was so uncomfortable in that stupid camping chair. I literally was like, I'm miserable. I can't concentrate on the game because that chair was driving me crazy. Because like our camping chairs are kind of low, and then our gaming table we have is a little higher. And so we either were on that or we're on the picnic table thing they have there, which is those metal picnic benches, which are not comfortable to sit on. So you're sitting in one of our chairs, which again is too low. So it was like a lose-lose, and you're like, I'm like this or I'm like this. And like, by the time I was done, I was like, I think I broke my back. If it hadn't been for that, it would have been like absolutely perfect. But so we played a bunch of short games, and it was just, I don't know. It was just a really awesome time. Perfect weather. Good times. Good friends.
It was good.
Camping
food.
Good. Can't go bad with that.
I was waiting to buy the neutral.
I was going to say, buy neutral.
All right, my number 4. Let's find out what it is because I don't remember. Let me look at my sheet.
It was so memorable.
This makes my list every year, and
Must have been...
even though I lost, it still makes my list this year. And that is our board game tournament. I love our board game tournament. I enjoy it. No, if no one else does, I do. They cover my head up.
Oh my gosh, that's the picture you chose. That's funny.
So every summer-ish, we have a board game tournament. We play a bunch of kooky games that are super light and super. Oh no, I wouldn't say super random, but fairly random. Kind of a fun-filled day of chaos and people talking smack and I finally lost.
Finally, 2 years in a row. You've lost 2 years in a row, sir.
Oh yeah, that's right. You won last year too. The year before last.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we always have a goofy prize and a goofy reward for winning, and
we always get a cheesy. As you can see, we're holding the award. I have shot people with that thing.
So, board game tournament every year. We did it. We actually recorded it one year, but didn't get a lot of views, so we haven't really recorded it since. But it's always fun.
You know what? Mikey was talking politics. That's probably why. It put me to sleep. And I was there playing games. No, but it was doppelganger. But yeah, it's in fact if you want to go ahead and go to my
is that your number 3 or 4?
My number 4.
What picture did you use? You did a nice picture, right?
A nice picture? Yes, I did a nice picture. That's funny that we have that over there. But I have a specific moment from that, actually. And it wasn't really the tournament itself, but it was late at night after the tournament. And we were playing Dude. Have you played Dude?
Dude.
I about just was crying. I was laughing so hard. We were playing it. We're all around the table in the kitchen. We were so loud, and all of us are going, dude, dude, dude. And because I think they have the expansion where you have a bunch of the robot dude and all this stuff. And Caitlin had already gone to bed for the night. And this sleepy, messed up hair girl comes out and is like, what are you people doing? She was so confused because all she heard was us yelling dude randomly out of nowhere. And she was just like, what is going on? What are you guys doing? And we were just dying laughing because we were playing that stupid game. And it was just, it was wonderful. I loved that. I was laughing so much. That is the stupidest,
that was a
best
fun day.
game.
That was a fun day. A lot of people stuck around, and we did late night goofy games and stuff. It was just a good day.
It's so much fun, and yeah,
I completely forgot that we did hang out and do games afterwards.
Yes,
right?
And so if you haven't played Dude, you owe yourself that insanity, just once, just to go, because you're trying so hard to, and you'll get up almost in each other's face, and you're like, dude. You know, because they spell it differently, like dude and dude, and it's just, yes, Kabuki, it is better than making kids cry playing Pit.
Well, that's the board game tournament. We've done it for 1, 2, 3,
since
4,
2012,
5, 6,
7 years.
Eight times.
Yeah,
8 times.
8 years now. Yeah, crazy to think about.
All right, my
Pretty
number
wild.
3. We're in the upper shelf, the top tier here.
We are.
Another one without Rebecca.
I'm really, we're gonna have a little chit chat after this.
My number 3 is when Nessa painted her first miniature at the board game con.
It was West Texas.
West Texas Con. She painted her first miniature. She was so proud. I sat with her and helped her and gave her encouragement, and she took real good direction from the people. The person teaching and. She painted it. I don't even know where it's in her room. I think I should.
Yes,
it's on the shelf. Go grab that. But anyway,
I have a close-up picture of it somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, she painted her first miniature. It was a little Warhammer 40k knight-looking dude. I don't know anything about 40k, but it looks like a little knight. And she painted it all kinds of cool colors and stuff. But
she took her time and it's pretty well done.
Yeah, it's all kinds of interesting colors, but she actually painted it very.
Yeah, there's not like a bunch of smears or something like that.
Right. She painted the cape like yellow and things like that. And she did the armor like blue, and it just looked really cool. And she was really happy and proud.
I think it was a Space Marine. Yeah,
she can do Space Marine. That's what it is. But it was just really cool that she actually got up on her own at first and went over there.
Yeah, That was one of the times she left. That's true.
And I went and checked on her, and she wanted me to stay, and she was showing me everything she was doing. And so I sat there. We worked on it for like probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
I think it was closer to 45.
Yeah, and we just sat there, and the guy said, "Okay, you need to do this and this," and she's like, oh, "Okay." She's like really into it and everything.
It was
like,
cute. It was
like
cute.
you want to do this part and let that part dry and work on this other area. And she was just working away, listening to the guy. She was into it.
In fact, she wants to do a painting. You probably should do that during the break. She wants to have a painting session again.
Yeah. I have a bunch of like practice things and that we can work on and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I bought a bag of just random
things.
miniatures, plastic miniatures to practice on. So yeah, she just had a blast. It was fun. I was proud of her because she like we didn't have to go. Oh, don't do that. Go do that. She's like, oh, I can paint. And she's gone.
I really liked all the different activities they had there. Because that was adults or kiddos could do that one, and she ate it up, man. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really cool how into it she was. She wasn't just kind of just flinging paint around. She was like really listening and paying attention.
It was cool because she went off and did that, and Katie was doing the sheriff thing. Like it was almost weird. I almost got like a empty nest vibe for a second. I was like, the kids are both doing their own thing, and they're happy doing it, and I'm not having to like hover or anything. It was like it was really cool.
Yeah,
like
she was on her own for a while. I just came over there to make sure that everything was okay.
She really should paint My Little Scythe. That's a good idea. She'd probably be game for that. Actually,
she probably would.
That'd be really cool.
All right, what's your number 3?
My number 3 was a family thing as well, and it was at the beginning of November. We invited my parents over because they're going on the Dice Tower cruise with us again, and we all like to get together and like eat lunch and goof around and play games and talk about what excursions we want to try to pick and things like that. And so it's actually not the particular picture that I have posted, but because I didn't get a picture of the actual game, but we played Telestrations.
Oh yeah.
For the first time. And let me tell you, generational Telestrations is a stinking riot, because we had my dad, and then it was Nessa, and then you.
Right.
And we'd have something like housewife. And my dad would draw something that you probably would have guessed housewife.
Right.
But Nessa's going to be like, I don't know, girl cooking. And so she put something random, and Hunter's like, okay. And he just goes with it. Or he'd get a drawing, and it might be a little, you're like, not quite sure what that was. But then when we explain it at the end and stuff, it totally made sense what she had drawn.
Right.
But with no context, you're like, is this?
Right.
You know,
she would do things. She would do like overhead views when you would expect a side view and things like that, and it was just. My brain didn't think that way, right?
And it was great because Katie's old enough that she gets a lot of those, but sometimes she would miss the cue in the picture and then just go off the rails to something like.
So focus in on a little tiny thing in the corner rather than the whole picture.
And then it just go off the rails, and we're like, wait, how did that change again? It was hysterical. And it was so funny. So it was funny to see who catches what and who doesn't. And my parents hadn't played that particular game yet, but they've played like Time's Up and stuff before and loved that. And this one was another big hit. Like, we'll probably be playing this one again.
Yeah.
very soon.
It's been getting played a lot. Telestrations has.
Yeah. This one's probably going to creep up there. I have played it with students too. It's like one of those that... It's like Deception. It seems like everybody I introduced that game to loves to play it. And this one hits with family, and you don't have to like know people really well to do Telestrations.
Right.
Like, it's just really awesome game. I love it. I think it's going to keep going.
And the worse you draw, the funnier it is.
Oh, it's true, because I am stick figure mania right here, and it's fantastic. So, oh man, I cannot tell you how Telestrations just... In fact, I have it at school right now for after finals this week. It's great.
So anyone knows me.
Oh no.
They know that I like to act the fool. So this game, it made like low on Rebecca's list. It was at like the top, almost the top of my list. Because
is this the internet thing? You picked that picture.
So the Halloween dress up, I love it. It is one of my favorite things now to do.
That is so much fun.
The Halloween dress up party.
It's so much fun. Well, the reason it was lower is I wasn't sure. I'm like, it's not directly playing a game. But
we're representing board games on a board game channel.
Okay.
Having people guess what game we are.
Yes, true. That's true.
Oh, Oh,
Damn.
there's no act. I love
Being goofy.
I love being goofy. I love dressing up in silly costumes and being silly. I think it's hilarious.
I was so stoked when you gave me that T-shirt too. I was like, I'm gonna just mess this up. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it just I don't know. I just have so much. I'm already looking forward to next year.
I'm scared because I'm like, I've done all the easy games to dress up for. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It's funny. Are we actually gonna start buying games just because it'd make a good costume to dress up?
That's an act of desperation right there. I do not.
I got to enlarge this picture because this picture is hilarious. Oops, I'm moving the wrong thing here.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh, jeez.
Look at that. Who can't laugh at that?
So much fun. It was so much fun.
I love it. So if you haven't watched our Halloween show, you got to do it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's silly, crazy fun.
Love the Halloween show. I am ready. Ready for next year already for the Halloween show.
Right? That's going to be fun.
All right, what's your number 2?
Okay, my number 2. This is a specific game. And this is going to be a top game for me, I suspect, because it was in September. Doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
You're really going to make him
I know,
his head
right?
grow in.
It was my first play, well, and eventually the second and third play of Detective. So Tommy and his sister Virginia came over, and we just made a day of playing detective scenarios. And oh my gosh, that game is so cool. Like, by the time we were like halfway through, we're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get, because we have a whiteboard that we put all of our scores on for like the tournament and stuff. We're like, okay, we're going to take notes on that. We're drawing stuff. We're like, okay, keep that. And Tommy had his laptop thing so you could look up all the links that they give you and stuff. So we're like doing this and we're talking. And I was like, we're like living the CSI. And it was just so much fun. So we're talking about all these things. The cases are really interesting. And they're very convoluted. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff to sift through. And you got to figure out, okay, is this a red herring? Is this something that's actually going to be specific to the case? Is this going to help us? We need to finish it. Yes, we do need to finish the scenarios too. Yeah, we aren't all the way through yet. Because it's hard. All of us live in different towns. But it's gonna be. I'm excited to like get to the conclusion of this because we got everything out. Everybody has their role of keeping track of like, okay, this one says that we can go back to it, but it'll only take like an hour to do. So we should maybe tag this for later and blah blah blah. And we're prioritizing everything because they give you a time frame. You have to find out a certain amount of, like solve the case before something major happens or this time has passed and it's too late to do something, that kind of thing. So you get a little bit of the time crunch pressure. So you got to decide when you want to go from building to building because you have to drive across town to the, forensics office or something like that. And it is a very immersive, really good story. I really like that game.
I have one question though. If this game is so good, why is it in our coal pile in the...
You're such a troll. Such a troll. Hunter's already been like, what's this game sitting here? I'm going to sell it. I'm going to get out of here. Yeah.
It's in my coal pile.
Yeah. I see how it is.
If it's gone by BGG Spring, I'm going to sell it. $5.
$5. You're not selling nothing. Yeah, it was really cool. You got a Hunter sucks in the chat now.
Par for the course.
But there's very few games, and I really like Theme, obviously. There's very few games where you really can completely just get immersed in it like that. And Detective, man, they hit it out of the park. That was incredible. I would not want to play that with less than 3 people. I'm trying to imagine trying to, like, melt your brain over all this stuff just with a couple people.
Yeah.
This is like a group effort. I loved it. So... it gets a huge recommendation for me. It was a really fun play.
All right. My number 1 was already mentioned by Rebecca.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, yay! Oh, that's awesome. That's
it
so
is
awesome.
the Dice Tower Cruise.
Yay!
It was awesome.
Yay!
I am like counting the days. 38 days.
Oh, don't do that. I haven't even
38 days.
Oh, I'm not even ready
Until
for
the next
Christmas.
Oh, I love the cruise. It was so
Anxiety.
awesome.
So much stuff.
It was,
Wow,
it was
so
just
soon.
the entire spectrum of greatness.
Oh,
So
my
you
gosh.
have all the crews, you have the crews and the excursions and the shows and all the dice tower shows. We had all the fans coming up saying hi,
That was
meeting
crazy,
people
yeah.
that we hardly ever see. We got to hang out with Z and his girlfriend every night for dinner.
I know, which was
except
so
for
cool,
one
'cause
night. I
yeah.
think they were seasick; they didn't come. We got
Yeah.
to hang out with them, and just it was nice to be in a setting with. We've never really been in a setting with that with Z. It's always been playing a board game related stuff. We actually got to sit down and have
Like goof around.
like
and just
real
eat dinner.
people conversations, like like non-gaming conversations and stuff. We got
Yeah, it was
the
fun.
picture here. We got one of the few games we played. We played with David and Kim. We played.
That was
and come
a
to
lot
find
of fun.
out,
I love that game.
I don't know if it's us that did it, but that's David's favorite game, Pandemic Iberia.
It was totally us.
It was
no.
us that did that.
No.
So we got to play. So I guess we got to play
They were
Space.
like
we got to
that.
play Space with them this time because that's Kim's favorite game.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Sweet. It's
So-
on.
so
it's on.
We got to play. We got to do the library. We got to sit in the library, and that sounds like boring and drudgery, but people coming up and talking and chatting and hanging out. And,
it was a lot of fun.
And we got to play goofy little games while we were doing that. It was just an awesome experience.
Yeah.
Even though if you really take a step back, we did like
Hardly any gaming.
3 hours of gaming maybe the whole time that we were there.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
But it was nice. I'd be walking down. It's just kind of funny because it felt like you were in Dice Tower Town.
Yeah, it
Because
was fun.
you're just walking down the main
That was
road,
cool.
and
That was
someone
cool.
would say, "Hey, Hannah, Rebecca, hey, how's it going?"
It was cool because you'd see people, you're like, "Yay, fellow gamers on the cruise ship!" It's cool. It's different than just a convention because everybody at a convention is there for the gaming, but on the ship, that's not the case. You
Yeah.
can wander around and you're like, you're in like a different area because there's like no one gaming or anything, and you
right.
walk into that, like you said, you'll randomly see people on excursions that are with the Dice Tower group, and
Right.
it's cool.
Yeah, like one time I was up early because I couldn't sleep, and I went down to eat something. The buffet wasn't open yet, so I had pizza.
Yeah.
At like 4 a.m. So I'm hitting there eating 4 a.m, and here comes Mark Street, sits down, and is like, "Yeah, I'm about to go for a walk," and we sat there and talked for like half an hour.
That's awesome.
And it's just
That's so
cool. It's
fun.
cool to be. It's like a convention.
Plus,
The whole city is a convention.
yeah, because the boat is a mini city.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
the whole city is a convention. It was just really a cool experience, and
Yeah.
like I said, I'm looking forward to do it again.
Yeah. They're just talking about Z being like a robot or something. I don't know. There's some.
Z's a robot.
No, they were like, is he real?
He is real.
But yeah, it's a cool experience, and yes, that's a bucket list kind of thing, and I'm excited to see some of you in the chat that are getting to go because I mean it's just it's surreal and it goes by so quickly, but there's so much packed into that time.
Yeah, it's just really it's really cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Yep.
I don't know what your number one is. I have no clue.
My number one is a specific thing, but it's surrounded by a whole bunch of awesomeness.
Oh, okay.
And this was at BGG Spring. And I mean, we had a ball. I always have fun when we have our meetup. In fact, I think the picture I have is when we were playing Wingspan later on. But this is specifically about like, this one in particular, again, is Telestrations, believe it or not. I don't have a picture of it because it was another one of those when I get into the moment.
Oh yeah, we
I don't
played
take
with
a picture.
Derek. And...
This was the first time we
Who
played.
did we play with?
We played with a bunch of people. We had a whole table full of people.
Yeah.
And we played Telestrations for the first time, and we were like crying. We were rolling on the floor. I'm surprised we didn't get kicked out of that hall. I mean, it was so stinking funny, and people were, Katie was playing too. Nessa was just watching because we weren't sure. Like, she was like, I don't know. She didn't feel comfortable trying it on her own. But we were, it just rolling. The stuff was hilarious. Things kept just going off the rails. And we still have memorable moments that we laugh about all the time because you're still the old man in front of a vending machine.
That's what Tommy just said.
Yeah, I mean, we had some, and I can't remember what Katie misinterpreted of mine now. It was something about dude jumping off a building, and I was like, whoa, where'd this come from? And I was like, he had a walker. It was nothing. I mean, like, it was just hilarious how things get morphed in that game, especially if you have such huge art skills. And it was just great to get together with a bunch of people that, again, we don't always get together. and get to do something like that. But just the con setting, get to see people, and again, it's like a little mini reunion. And our little meetup thing was really fun. Getting to hang out and just be silly. We talked and did some little games in that. Like the Wingspan play, that was a blast. That got us like hooked. I mean, I think I played Wingspan like 6 times during that convention. It was so much fun. And the Telestrations play and all this stuff. But I specifically had picked the Telestrations for my like top moment. Because I mean, we were just, it was crazy. But yeah, so that was it. I mean, it was again, another one of those that was almost hard to narrow it down. Because it was like, everything about that was so much fun. That one game we also play every year that BGG has, it's a little table. And it has those long, weird poles, and you have to knock the balls.
Piraten Billiards.
Yes. It's like Pirate Billiards or whatever. Piraten Billiards.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called. It's one of their big, giant wooden games. We always end up having the stupidest, wonderful time playing that game. You know, and that almost made my list, too. And just, I don't know, lots of good memories. People, you guys are just crazy awesome.
Do you have honorable mentions, or you want to do those?
Piraten Billiards. Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, let's see here.
I don't have many.
I have quite a few.
Well, then again, now I have about 10.
Yeah, I know, right? I was some that you haven't mentioned. I'll mention ones that haven't been mentioned yet.
Okay.
Like when we cracked out Fireball Island with everything.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
When we got the new Spiders expansion.
And then the other one that hasn't been mentioned at all, it was a play, and I think it was part of a game day, and then the rest of it, the weekend, was just you and me cracking out games for the resolution, but it was in May, and we played like a crazy variety. I mean, we had Colt Express, and we played Shadow, so I want to say it was like a game day.
That was the game day.
But we also cracked out Space Base and Res Arcana and a bunch of stuff, too, that weekend. And it was just like a really fun time and fun set of games. It was just like really good. I know we hadn't played those.
You actually mentioned almost all of mine.
Yeah.
So the TI-4 3-player birthday thing.
That was fun too. Yeah, that.
Merchant of Venus and Battlestar Galactica with crazy tricked out games at Board Game Geek.
That's cool.
The Culling video.
That was pretty fun.
You already talked about the meetup, Famous Showdown meetup.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day tradition, you talked about that.
Yeah.
UgTech Live. And Fog of Love Live.
Oh, I forgot that was in the last year. I totally forgot that was... Okay. Fog of Love is... We gotta do another one of
There
those.
you go. There's our top experiences. There's so many more that we probably missed and forgot about.
Oh my gosh.
And because we're old. And
We're old.
But we're looking forward to next year, starting it all over and making a whole nother year of gaming memories.
Oh my gosh. I know. It just seems like it keeps getting better and better because I was like... I was worried because we had the resolution thing. I was like, we didn't go to as many things. We kind of took a step back, and we're going to do that again this year. And I was like, well, if we're doing that, and we had the resolution, we were like, we got to get through all these games. I was thinking, oh, it's not going to be as fun. Yeah. But that didn't end up being the case at all. So.
All right, so a few housekeeping things. This will be our last live video of 2019 because next week is New Year's Eve.
No.
Christmas Eve. Next year is Christmas Eve. So our family, we do a big thing on Christmas Eve and Christmas morning. So definitely not going to be live that day.
Yep.
The weekend, the Tuesday after that, we'll be in Las Vegas celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary. 10th wedding anniversary,
Yay.
Which is tomorrow.
Yes.
Technically.
Where does the time go?
Tomorrow is our 10th wedding anniversary, but we're going to Vegas. We're going to renew our vows in a Star Trek themed wedding. So, if you want to see that wedding, I'm going to try to get the live stream link. But at worst case, I'm going to do the link to the video after the fact. But if you join our Board Game Geek Guild, which the directions are down in the description, I will be posting a link to our wedding, either live and or recorded. It stays up for like 30 days after it happens.
Sweet.
So join the guild. Look
Thanks,
for a
guys.
link. That is December 28th at 2 p.m. Vegas time, Mountain Time.
It's Mountain.
U.S. Mountain Time.
Yeah.
is when it's going to happen. But I'm going to try to get a link. As soon as I get information to put it in, I'll put it in there. But at worst, you'll get the recorded version of the wedding as well. So
that's going to be fun.
So we're going to go crazy and party it up in Vegas for like 5 days, 4 or 5 days, something like that. So,
yeah.
So no videos the next 2 weeks. And our first video of the year will be, our next live video will be January 7th. I believe that's a Tuesday. Tuesday, yes. January 7th, yes. Our top 10 games of 2019.
Ooh, that's going to be, wow, we're just...
Yes.
Coming out swinging. That's going to be a
and
hard list.
just to stress Rebecca out, I think the calendar's updated. That's another reason why you should join our guild, because we put the calendar. The calendar is updated. I added when Rebecca's top 100 starting.
No.
So I think the live video for that, I think, is January 21st, I want to say. It's either the 21st or the 14th will be her introduction to her top 100.
Probably 14th, because I think the 21st is around Dice Tower Cruise.
Dice Tower Cruise is the 24th.
Ah, you've done your work, sir. You've done your homework.
So,
yeah, it's...
We may, and this is a big stretch of a may, we may record a top 10 to play sometime during our sabbatical. Isn't that what the cool kids call it?
Yes,
sabbatical.
Yes.
So,
I'm no professor.
Because we put together a top 10 and we never did it. So we have one.
That's true. We
kind of have one already
waiting.
put together. We just have to record it. So.
Of course, now I want to change it because
we may have to do some changes. So, but that's a big maybe, because the next 3 weeks are going to be insane. So, there's that. I think that's it for housekeeping. Now it's time for the unboxing.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Woo! I said there would be an unboxing at the end of the video.
Have you Oh, you did. Okay, good. Because I was like, this looks.
So here's our unboxing. We're going to end with this, folks. We may do an unboxing of a box and then open the box itself and look at it. Rebecca's already smiling.
I saw it.
This is my most anticipated game of 2019. Barely made it in 2019.
We're going to Mars, people. Look at this lovely.
So my most anticipated game of the year arrived just in time.
Not just yours.
Merry Christmas to us.
Yeah, this is gonna be oh my goodness. I'm looking at the back and it's got the.
And we're gonna open it right up and look at it because I've been waiting forever for this game. Let's see what's inside.
So pretty.
Let's see what's in the box.
I forgot Eagle Griffin did this, or I would have been freaking out when I saw the box.
Eagle Griffin kind of does all Lacerda games, I think.
Oh, okay. I'm horrible about keeping track of who does what.
The reference book, rule book, holy crap.
Maybe we should get a new ink and gold.
The rule book is, okay, it must be thick pages. I thought it was like 100 pages. It's only 24 pages.
Oh, okay.
We got upgrade pack rules. What else we got? I don't know what this is. Where you put your key cards. Your key cards. Here's the board. Let's take a peek at the board. Let's take a
travel phase from
it's a
orbit
six. It's a
colony.
6-folder board. You gonna help me with the 6-folder board?
Yes, maybe.
It's going up. And then,
moving on up.
Where did this one go?
It's gonna go up and over.
Up and over.
Or over and down.
Am I upside down?
Yes, of course. That's how we roll. Oh my gosh, this is a big board. Look at Mars. Look at it. Look at this beautiful thing. Beautiful.
Is that actual? Is that printed on the board? Oh, it's printed on the board. I was got all excited. It has Vital Lacerda's signature on the back.
You can still fanboy on that.
But
he signed it. Look at the back of the board. Can we just put this on the wall?
Anyway,
cool.
So there's the board.
That's cool.
What else we got?
From orbit to colony.
More hard holder
things.
From
colony to orbit. This is so cool. This is like thick cardboard too. Even the cards are not
lots of cardboard
thin.
goodness, punch outs. Always.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and it's recessed.
Recessed player boards.
This makes me so happy. Recessed cooler.
Ooh, and they have green. Well,
so
that's
pretty.
a teal. I'm very disappointed. This is not green. It's a teal.
Let me see. I approve of it though. It's real pretty. It's pretty. They don't have orange though, so
And
it's
then, as always, they
What?
always have an awesome little insert. with
Look at
goodies-
that, and
goodies in
it's
it.
tinted. Whoa, it's so pretty. There's meeples in there. Aww.
Oh, do you want to look at some of the meeples?
Yeah. There's meeples.
Probably way more than people want to know about this game.
There's still 28 people on, dude. Okay, so, oh, look at this. Look at, he's complaining about his little teal guys. Look at them, aren't they beautiful? Oh my gosh, look at the ships. Look at the ships. This is
That's
so
a
cool.
lot of wood.
These
Holy.
little like T-Rex looking robots. These are fantastic. This is so cool.
What is this? Oh, it's an Escape Plan promo. Escape Plan promo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, they're replacement cards. Who knows?
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if I ordered those or not. Who knows?
It says solo deck. Look at these. I don't
Yeah, you can play.
You see?
You can play it. You wanna play?
I'm trying to show you these without.
You show the little.
Like-
you show the little worker guys.
Yeah. Here, let me show you these guys
It's funny.
through the bag here. It's kind of hard when they're reflecting the light so dang much, but hopefully you can see them. Look at how cute they are. Aren't those cute? I hope you can see them. But yeah, that is pretty glorious. Pretty glorious. If I say so myself.
All right, I'm gonna let you do this later.
Almost out of habit
all
tried to
this
sit
away.
on my foot. That would have been exciting. Oh, what is this? What is this? What did you just give me?
Take it away.
Oh. All right, close this up then. It's hard to say goodbye because we won't see you for until next year.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. So happy holidays, Merry
All of the
Christmas, Happy New
holidays.
Year,
Every
happy
single
everything
one.
that you have
Happy
going on. and
Everything.
Happy
Yes.
winter break. Happy all kinds of
Boxing
things.
Day?
Whatever Boxing Day. I think that's earlier.
That's
in the year.
Canada. No, it's not. It's right after Christmas.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
I don't know these things.
I think it's the 26th.
Um.
I know these things.
So, like I said, there probably not gonna be any videos between now and the 7th. There might be one, but maybe. And but look for our wedding if you want to watch us be a crazy Star Trek wedding. Because you're gonna dress me up in a costume and I get to act. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be insane. So we will see you next time.
Yes. Bye. Y'all get a gold star for this year. Woo. Dan sings Auld Lang Syne. Love it.
Bye.